Holy smokes, that's hot. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Why do you always panic in these moments? Whoa. Whoa. My. So we're on this junk removal job, and check it out. This lawnmower back here is going to junk. So I think I'm gonna take it home, see if I can get it fired up. I tried to turn over the engine by hand. It feels locked up. There's like no oil. Gas tank is bone dry and cracked, so we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna see if we can get this thing fired up. But first we gotta get it out of here and get it home. All right, most of the junk is cleaned up, so now it's time to get this puppy out of here. We got her out. All right, here she is. Now the question is, can we get it home and get it running? Also, check that out. It's a lot of junk. So let's see what we can do about this thing. All right, we are home now. We brought the mower with us. It's loaded up. Let's get it unloaded, put it in the shop, and find out if that thing is gonna fire up or not. Motor's not locked up, turns out. Fuel tank, the fuel line is cut, so whether someone stole the gas or they just wanted to drain it and didn't care, I don't know. But the fuel line's cut, so we're gonna have to fuel supply. But first we'll just try starting fluid to see if it even runs. Starter looks iffy, pull cord's broke, so
might not go super well, but
we're gonna try and see if this thing will fire up. Who knows, but we gotta get it unloaded, so let's do that first. Okay, got her out. There it is. I'm gonna grab a little leaf blower, blow that off quick, and then we'll get it in here. It's in the shop. So my first concern is this was off the okay, well, and when I put it on, it was not giving me much confidence that it would work because the connection is just really loose, but I think it'll work for now. If it's not starting, we'll look at that first. Second thing is the teeth on this starter are plastic and very dried out, and one of them is already chipped versus this, whatever this is, cast or steel, and it's probably likely to break the teeth, but maybe it'll be okay. The other problem is the pull cord is ruined, which hopefully the starter works, so we don't have to use that. If not, we'll resort to that. Other thing, I'm assuming somebody stole the gas out of this. That was just cut. I mean, clearly that was a knife blade of some sort, so that's frustrating, but not the biggest deal because we got to make sure it runs before we put fuel in it. This is bone dry, obviously, because of that. Battery is from 2017, so not putting any confidence in it. We'll throw it on a charger, see what it does. Probably nothing. Throttle cable is right here, but it is intact, so I think I just need to put it back in, and then it should work. The front tires are holding a little bit of air, so that's good. Back tires look good. They're not dry rotted too bad. First thing we're going to do, get a jumper box, put that on the battery, see if it works, and then we will try to fire it up just like that. We're gonna have to use starter fluid because the gas tank is cut or the gas line is cut, so that's not going to do any good. Look at how crusty that is. Let's try jumping that thing. Jumper box is off, of course, forgot about that. These connections are not great either. Sparks. No sparks. I'm gonna ground this to something other than the battery. Still nothing. This wiring is just toast. Oh my gosh, we got something. Oof. So if I ground it to the box, is that what I was doing? No, it's the solenoid. The starter can't turn the engine. Oh boy. I think that motor might be stuck. Let me let you guys hear that. Hopefully you can, but hear that starter. Let's not burn it up. I'm gonna guess that motor's locked up. Hopefully we can get her loose. Whoa, we have a nice spot there to turn this thing over. Ooh. It's turning, but that is crusty. Ooh, that doesn't feel good at all. Oh. Compression is non-existent whatsoever. Wow. There's the compression right there. Ooh, it is. Let's just hope it's just this little motor. It should turn over easy now. Alright, I'm gonna hook the jumper back up. Oh, that's way better. Okay, there's a tiny bit of compression, but it is not a lot. Just figure I should see if I have like a rod sticking out or anything before I get too far along here. Looks good. It's got an air filter, that's good. Boys and girls, this is the moment. Oh my gosh. You gotta hook the jumper up. Here. Oh my gosh. Well then. I didn't expect that. Why are lawnmowers so simple? There's still the question of does anything else on it work? The deck, the transmission, or transaxle, I should say. Ah, too slow. Ooh, is that thing skipping or burnt up? It doesn't have a fuel supply, so it's not going to really run if the carburetor's all right. So let's get this thing fuel and then go from there. So I didn't expect that to work right there. I did not expect that to work very well. I didn't think it was going to have enough compression to run. So we're going to figure out that fuel supply. I'm going to have to find hose. I have a few pieces that are hopefully the right size. If this runs just without doing anything to the carburetor, I'm going to be kind of mind blown. But I guess it has been out of fuel. So there's a chance that the carburetor was dry. But I don't know at what point somebody cut the fuel line to do that. That's the real question. Oh, that is broken off. Gosh dang. All right, that should help us having fuel. I'm just gonna assume that tank is disgusting inside and roll with it anyway. Okay, is that pipe going to... Yes, leak everywhere. Indeed it does. Crap. Why do you always panic in these moments and not know where anything is? Well, that was dumb. Should have been ready for that. So I just grabbed this gas tank off of a pressure washer that I was given. Whoa, that does not instill faith in me. Oh my gosh. That doesn't look good. But we're going to assume it's fine. So now it has gas. And there's actually a little tiny bit of gas in this tank. Where the heck am I going to set it? That'll do it. I'm just going to put a tiny bit because worst that can happen is I just pour it everywhere. I'm going to grab this fire extinguisher right here because there is gas everywhere. Carburetor's leaking gas. It almost started without starting fluid. She maybe runs. I'm surprised that starter's that starter's unhappy. And the battery jumper's mad. What do you want? How do I make it stop? Like the easiest thing to take apart ever. Okay, let's grab my battery out of my mower. Thinking our spark plug loose wire could be our problem. Or we don't have spark because it doesn't. Oh, we got spark. I hope you saw that. I just shocked myself trying to see if there was spark. All right, let's see what we got here. Carburetor's not clogged, I don't think. Yes. Yep, that's throttle. The fuel tank is mounted now. Not very well, but it is mounted. Now we can see if we can get her to start, and then now I can mess with the throttle since I have my other hand because I'm not holding up the gas tank. Whoa. A lot of fuel in that girl. Whoa, sparks and gas, that's scary. Real scary. Don't like it, I don't like it. Why are we not turning over now? Holy smokes, that's hot. Thoroughly burned my finger. Of course. I think those connectors are too small. Not sending. Oh, red hot. Man, that hurt my finger a little. Sending not enough current through, I don't think, because those connectors are pretty dang small. Man, that carb is leaking everywhere. My finger hurts. Gee, I wonder why it wouldn't start. All right, so we're taking this carb off because took the spark plug off because it wouldn't turn over, and the cylinder head was full of water. Put a gas on the mower. All right, she's off. This bowl off. Well, let me just thoroughly soak the towel first. That's great. Carburetor bowls now generally have like 4 small bolts or 3. I kind of like the simplicity of just the one. Oh my. That is. Gee, I wonder what our problem is. And the problem wasn't even that it was running. Wasn't running. It was that it wasn't doing all the other things. Oh my gosh. Never seen a carburetor that bad in my entire life. Never. Not even close to that. Usually it's like this tiny little piece of goop that does it all. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what that is. This carburetor might be shot. Be locked up if I don't know if you're seeing that. Gosh. Dang it, dude. Yeah. That's my finger. You can see through that hole. These. Oh my. There's holes in the bottom of the bowl. It is that rusty. Man alive. This project comes to an end for now. Don't use brake clean on your hands. I don't care. Don't worry about it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to look and see how much a carburetor for this is going to cost. I don't really want to put much money in this thing. We know it runs. We know it works somehow. I mean, somehow, by some miracle, that thing even got enough ether in it to start. How that worked, I do not know. Unreal. But that is unfortunate because, man, I felt like we were getting close. But the bowl is rusted through. So that's where we stop for now. I'm going to look at parts, see if I can order it, and get one on the way. That sucks. Hold you up to the light here so you can see. Look at that. Those are all holes in the carburetor, the bowl. And then you've got, that's the float situation. Definitely don't float. That's why the engine was full of water. I mean, fuel. So I'm gonna order parts. All right, we got parts. Thanks to Amazon for next day shipping. The carburetor was $23, so very cheap. But yeah, I know it's dumb to put money into it because I am dumb, so I'm going to put money into it. And I got high hopes now because it did run with that carburetor, so it should run with a new one. They are identical, so I got the new carburetor on. Now we get to see if this thing will fire up. I'm just gonna try like this. Doubt it's gonna work. And then we will start with some starting fluid. And I'm actually going to take the spark plug out again and cycle it over a few times, because that's why we replaced it, because the cylinder head was full of fuel. So it wouldn't start. It was basically hydrolocking itself with fuel. And we don't really want that. Okay, that cylinder should be clear now. See what she does. Come on, baby. Well, then. Well, we know she runs, but that thing took off. I don't know if the throttle was just stuck open, or really not quite sure what's going on. I should have messed with the throttle. It didn't want to shut off, so I thought I had the bright idea of pulling the spark plug wire, but just zapped myself instead. A little hazy in here. I know how to kill it now. You gotta starve it of air and flood it, basically. So that exhaust pipe is covered in grime and goo, and it's just burning it. So we got to get that cleaned off. I think maybe the ignition will work, but I didn't have my key in there, so I'll have to find a key, something like that perhaps. This key will work. Yep, so hopefully that'll shut it off now. If it doesn't, man, it's really hard to kill it because suffocating it doesn't really work. Should run now. Okay, we're going to use this key to turn it off. The key does not turn it off. So, probably still the solenoid. It sounds really good. It's not smoking anymore because of the pipe. It sounds really good. That starter's done now. The teeth are about just absolutely creamed on it. Yeah, that pull cord's not good either. I want to drive it. We should drive it. It'll stay. Oh, dude, that starter. It's literally destroying the teeth right now. I don't know if that's even going to start it anymore. We may end up calling this thing toast. Okay, we have 3 good teeth. Let's see if we can get those to hit. Starter's toast. This sucks. So I don't have the piece I need to make this work. All the plastic is up in here, all melted up. She's pretty well shot. Our last hope is to put a drill on it and use it as a starter. If we can get it to run, I'm not putting any more money in it probably, but we can get it to run. It runs enough that we could drive it around, and I want to do that. So let's get her running, take her for a rip, and then it's probably going to scrap. Whoo, little torquey. Whoa. Problem is, we're not going to be able to get the socket off once it starts. Will an impact turn over an 11 horsepower Briggs & Stratton? No. In fact, it will not. How do we make it run? Cannot figure it out. I need to turn it over somehow. Can we start it in one pull? Don't think so. Feels good. Oh, it turned over, but not enough. Oh, holy crap! What was that? Was the dipstick again? Ah, man, you guys have no idea how badly I want this to run. Should have just left it running the last time I started it. It looks so fun though. Little bicycle. Okay, well, no luck at the parts store, so I took the good carb off. I'm gonna put this one back on it and then just scrap it. It's unfortunate that it had to end this way. I really wanted to drive it, and I can't even get it to turn over enough to start it with anything. So unfortunately, this is goodbye to it. So I'm gonna take the gas tank off of it, the battery back out of it, and just push her outside or take her out with the skid steer, and that's gonna be that. So unfortunately, will it start? Yes, but now no. So she's thoroughly shot, and yeah, I'm not gonna put any more money into it because the transmission won't even move. It's all locked up, so I can't even get it into first gear or reverse. So it's not gonna be worth it. Once I get it running, it would not probably drive. So it's lost cause at this point. So we're gonna get rid of it. So that's about it. So unfortunately, we're not going to see this run and drive. We saw it run. We are not going to see it run again. And unfortunately, it won't drive. I should have checked at the very beginning if the transmission would even go into gear, but it doesn't. So I can't even if I got it running, I mean, I could have looked into it, but it's looking like the transmission is locked up. So it wouldn't have even gone into gear or moved if it ran, which it does run. With the new carburetor, it ran fine. It actually ran really well. But the starter is like 35. The pull cord's like 20. And if I got one of those, then I also need a solenoid, which is another 20, and a cable, which is probably another 15 to 20, and a battery, which is another 40. So you'd be looking at a minimum of $100 in parts for this. I'm not going to put $100 into this thing just to find more problems. It needs a seat. The gas tank that I had to put on it wasn't like a good permanent solution. It's just crusty. So I would have put $100 into it and then also still had a transmission that doesn't work. So I have a really nice new carburetor for one of these, which these engines are fairly common. So it's not like, I mean, it was a waste of money, but at some point I'll find a use for it because I run into these things, these engines and stuff like this a lot. So the next time I see one, I'll just snatch it and be like, hey, I got a carb for this and whatever. So it is unfortunate. Will it start? Yes. Will it drive and run? Absolutely not. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hopefully you had fun, at least enjoyed watching. So hope to see you in another video soon, and subscribe and like.